How can you make a sequel to Watchers 3? Remake. Watchers Reborn. Even though this is more like a remake of parts 1 and 2 of the Watchers series, it is still quite a bit of fun. Welcome to day 8 of my Scare Show 3, titled Halloween Hellhole. Let us begin. The plot. After a horrific crime scene, a stray golden retriever is discovered and brought back with one of the investigators to their home. Soon after the investigator is killed in his own home, his partner, played by Mark Hamill, takes responsibility for the hound, only to soon discover it is a dog with astonishing intelligence, and that a creature known as the Oxcom, or the Outsider in this case, is hunting down the dog and killing anyone that gets in its way. The plot was spiced up a bit in the third installment by setting it in the jungle. However, now we are back in the suburbs. Don't get me wrong, this is a decent little flick. There's some good gore, a ghoulishly rat-like creature, and some solid performances. However, that seems to be where they put the most effort in. The story is always so cut and dry. Dog gets help from humans. Humans try to fight monster, and monster usually dies in the end. However, the monster is an entirely different character in this movie. He acts, reacts, and thinks differently than any of the 3 other previous monsters in the 3 previous movies. I will spoil one thing because I think that you need to know this before you go in to this film. Because if you're not into that sort of thing, you might shut the movie off. Skip to this time to avoid spoilers. You ready for this? The Outsider, the freaking Oxcom creature, talks. And not just in an animal language, but in plain frickin' English. Einstein. He also says things that make his character change entirely during the last act. The gore! There are some bloody slashings, gory cut-up bodies, and some messy eyeballs that have been ripped out of their sockets. There isn't a ton of gore, and it's mostly at the end. However, what we get is satisfying. The musical score, I actually didn't like the music in this movie. It had a very 90s club/bar vibe to it. Too jazzy for my taste. This should have been called Watchers Evolution and not Watchers Reborn. The plot is run-of-the-mill at this point. The acting is good for most, but subpar from the rest. The characters and character development is okay-ish. Nothing that'll win any awards for best screenplay. There could have been better paced gore and a stronger musical score. I like the Outsider/Oxcom's rat-like appearance and what it was able to do. It is probably the weakest of the bunch, but I'll still give it a fair rating. Overall, I give Watchers Reborn a 2.5 out of 5. This film only exists because it was directed by John Carl Buechler, or because they just wanted another Watchers movie. Anyway, John Carl Buechler for the win. I am Brian Gatto, host of Horror Show Movie Reviews. Make sure to like my Facebook page in the description below to leave comments and subscribe.